Aiye-Gbege. Aiye-Gbege had everything. He was rich, for he had inherited great wealth from his father. He had land, gold, fine clothes, servants, and several wives. People admired and envied him. But it is said that a man who has never wanted for things does not know how to live with good fortune. This is the way it was with Aiye-Gbege. In all his life, he had never had to work or earn money to live. He spent his money lavishly. A time came when it was gone. He sold his gold ornament to buy food. Then he sold his land. Hard time came upon him. His servants left him. His wives went away. Returning to the village from which they had come, Aiye-Gbege was alone. He owned nothing. He asked for help from those he had befriended when he was rich. But now that Aiye-Gbege had nothing to give them, they ignored him. He begged for money in the streets. He suffered greatly. He decided to die. He left the town and went out in search of death, but he could not find death. He went from one place to another, saying, "Is death here?" But death was not there. If he met a stranger on the trail, he asked, "Have you seen death?" Always, the answer was the same. One does not see death until death comes for him. It is death who seeks. But one day, meeting an old man on his trail, he asked the usual question. The old man said, "Death cannot be found easily, but you can speak to his agent, Aiye. You will find him in such and such a place." Aiye-Gbege went on. He found Aiye. He told him the story of his miseries. "I inherited great wealth from my father. I was rich. Then hard time came upon me. My wealth is gone. My wives and servants have left me. I suffer. Therefore, I seek death. I cannot find him. For this reason, I came to you, who are his agent." Aiye answered, "I will arrange it. I will see to it for you, but you will have to wait a little. Be patient, meanwhile, so that your sufferings are not too great to bear. I will help you." Aiye called his servants. They took Aiye-Gbege and bathed him. They put fine clothes on him and hung gold ornaments round his neck. They fed him, and before Aiye-Gbege left the place, Aiye gave him a sack of money and a horse to carry him home. Aiye-Gbege was so happy at what happened. When he arrived at his town, word went out. People came and paid him their respect. His servants returned and went to work. His wives heard and returned from their villages. Life went on. The money Aiye had given him seemed endless. Aiye-Gbege lived more lavishly than he had lived before. He was happy. When a year had passed, he decided to have a great gathering to celebrate the anniversary of his good fortune. He sent word everywhere, inviting people to come. On the day of the festival, the town was crowded. There was dancing, and the sound of drums and gongs filled the air. Aiye-Gbege gave presents of money to everyone. The people praised him in songs. He drank much palm wine. He felt the goodness of everything, and because of this, he went into middle of things and began to dance. The people stood back, watching him and praising him. Aiye-Gbege then decided to show his skill as a horseman. He climbed on his most spirited horse and made him dance. He raced his horse back and forth. Because Aiye-Gbege had drunk much palm wine, he tried to do even greater things. He stood up and tried to dance on his horse's back, but the wine was too much for him. He slipped from the horse and fell upon the hard ground. He was lying like he is dead, his eyes closed. Seeing this, people at the celebration turned and went away. The drumming stopped. There was silence. Aiye-Gbege opened his eyes. Standing before him was Death. Death said, as it was arranged with Ayu, my agent, I have come for you. Aiye-Gbege said, no, I do not want you. Go away. Death said, you, Aiye-Gbege, you looked for me everywhere. You asked for me to come. Aiye-Gbege said, that was when I had nothing in the world. Now I have everything. I do not need you. I am happy. Death answered, in hardship, when you had nothing, you lived. Too much happiness has killed you. Death to Aiye-Gbege.